I'm not sure what the best way to get rid of your fungus is, but I do know that we are now live on Twitch. Welcome everybody to another episode of Communal Brewing with Levi and Jason. We are here today to build our first Aether Drift Commander deck.
Redshift.
Yeah.
Redshift is a cool name. I really like it.
Redshift is a great name for a card.
It's a good name for the sound. Redshift is a cool name for that.
Yeah.
So I don't have to make that sound anymore. I will if people want me to, but they'll have to spend channel points for that.
I think we're okay. So we were looking at some of the Aether Drift commanders, and I will say that Redshift caught my eye. Like,
we need
as
a
soon as it was,
soundboard that the channel can activate. That's what this show needs.
Yeah, that won't go poorly.
Well, if they're spending channel points, baby, that's engagement.
Yeah, that's true. Redshift caught my eye like right when it was spoiled. I was like, this seems really neat. So we are going to build Redshift Rocketeer Chief. He's a new Gruul commander from Aether Drift. He's just red and green, so 2 mana, 2/3 vigilance. He taps to add X mana of any one color, where X is Redshift's power. Spend this mana only to activate abilities, and then he has an exhaust ability, which is basically you just pay this, and then you do this ability once. You pay 10 red and green, so 12 mana. Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. That's nuts. So
he's broken right out of the box.
He's crazy.
Absurd.
So you can see a couple of things here: 1/1 counters, combos, birthing pod, all sorts of crazy stuff like that. Interesting ideas. However, the thing that immediately jumped out to me as like, oh, we definitely should, like, this makes the most sense, is something like Dragon's Breath. Or is it Dragon's? I thought that was a card. Anyways, fire breathing as a mechanic is really what I'm looking for. What am I thinking of?
I don't know. You thinking the
Dragon Breath? Yeah, Dragon Breath. So Dragon Breath is one red or enchantment. Enchanted creature gets haste, and then you pay 1 red. Enchanted creature gets 1/0 until end of turn. When a creature with converted mana cost 6 or greater enters the battlefield, you may return Dragon Breath from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to that creature.
But that's not gonna be Redshift.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
So you're just gonna play this as the card fire breathing then?
Yeah, basically. So like,
okay, whatever. Yeah, sure.
So just fire breathing.
So the first thing Levi said when he brought up Redshift is like, we're just doing fire breathing, right? So like having a turn where you dump all your mana into increasing his power so you can tap him and then activate him, or tap him and just like activate a bunch of permanents that untap him. He's just busted right out of the box.
Yeah.
Like,
So basically,
if you have a Sword of the Perins, he goes practically infinite. Like
he does go infinite.
4 or 5. It's silly.
So Redshift. So basically, what you do is you would dump. You've got fire breathing attached to Redshift. You pay 4 red into it to make him a 6/3, and then you tap Redshift again to add 6 red mana, and then you do it again. Do the fire breathing again, and then you're adding another 6. You're making him 12. So with four open red mana, you are turning him from a 2/3 into a 12/3. Or sorry, a 14/3, which is nuts. So
fire breathing sounds cool, but like it, as soon as I thought about, well, that's an investment to go all in and dumping all your mana in one turn, but like I kind of would like to grow him permanently in case we don't want to go all in. Like we can just dump 6 mana into him and then
Madcap Skills, baby. 2 mana for 3/0 and Menace. Yes, please.
Oh, Madcap Skills.
Madcap Skills like, rules.
If punching them with Redshift is going to be a thing we can potentially do, like dumping all of your mana to make Redshift huge, tapping him to untap him, and then
So was it Sword
really
of the Perrin?
I like that.
Yeah, so you go Sword of the Perrins. Sword of the Perrins is a 4 mana. It's got 3 to equip. As long as it's a tap, as long as equipped creatures tap creatures, you can go 2/0. Who cares? If it's untapped, they get 0/2. But more importantly, you can pay 3 to tap or untap equipped creature. So, pretty much no matter what, you're gonna have an ability to tap and untap Redshift infinitely, because you can, as long as Redshift's power is 4 or more, you will tap him to make 4 red mana. You will pay 3 in to untap him, and then you will keep doing that over and over and over again.
Does he need trample? Because I was kind of like Madcap skills gives him
menace. I mean, you could put trample in. We're in red and green. That's not hard.
Yeah.
I
was thinking.
Is Rancor cheap?
Not Carplusan Forest. What am I thinking?
I mean, Rancor is 1 mana for 2/0 and trample. That's a no-brainer.
Fine.
Yeah.
No, the land. The green-red land from the first Innistrad.
Oh, Kessig Wolfrun.
Kessig Wolfrun. Yeah, I was close.
Kessig Wolfrun.
That's an ability.
It is an ability, and it's an XO ability, which we really, really like.
So yeah, trample is he'll probably need trample for sure, because there's a lot of stuff that's really cheap that gives all your creatures trample.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll probably play Skarg too, right? Just throw that in there.
You know what would actually be really good here?
While you're on this page, Skarg the Rage Pit was right under Carplusan or Kessig Wolfrun.
Oh, Skarg the Rage Pits. Seraph Viper's Fang.
Yeah, Valakut Invoker. I like that.
I think
Seraph red one.
Seraph's Viper Fang makes so much sense in this. When he's untapped, because he has Vigilance. When he's untapped, he has Hexproof. After you tap him to add a bunch of mana and give him plus XO, and he's got Trample, then he has Death Touch, and now he has Trample Touch with a ton of huge, like, that's really good. That's really good synergy.
I like how we watched EDH Rec update the price of this card on your screen in real time, and it looked like it went up as you were talking about it, like you're Jim Cramer or some shit. Like,
I know. But yeah, so Seraph Viper Fang protects Redshift while he's untapped, which is most of the time. But then once you're getting ready to tap him down to do a bunch of shit, and maybe he's got his fire breathing, maybe he's got trample. Now he has Death Touch. So even though he's only got 2 toughness or 3 toughness, if you give him trample touch, If he has
trample touch, he can wipe their board, and then you have to pay 4 mana to replay him.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So Seraph Viper's Fang has crazy good tech in this. I'm having so much. This deck is exciting.
Well, okay, so let's build this for $25, because otherwise this is going to be trivial to make this deck busted.
Yeah, probably.
Let's try to build this for. What do you think, chat? If we could build this for $25, let's give away 3 copies.
Let's build it how we think we need. Like, let's just build it cheap, and then we'll go from there. If we get to like $30, we'll start cutting some shit. Because once you get to like $25, you're talking about, splitting hairs with like 20 cents versus 50 cents type of thing.
But if we can do it, I'm saying if we can do it,
if we can do it for 25, that'd be fun. I just want to make sure we can like do that. Let's just build it how we think we should build it first, and then we're
not gonna put basic lands in just because the 1 cent per basic will take us over the $25 mark.
Right.
Yeah, maybe let's not be miserly. Let's make a fun $50 version of this.
Yeah.
Monster.
That's what I'm saying. We can make a busted ass deck for $50.
I like when we make a busted deck on this stream.
I do too. Okay,
so
one thing we should do.
Somebody with a busted $50.
You had mentioned including some Blood Rush in this deck, which I really loved.
Yeah.
So one of the this is my.
I was thinking Rubble Hulk, but that's not the one I was thinking.
Well, Rubble Hulk is good though. Rubble Hulk is
Rubble
a good
Hulk
card.
Is very good.
Yeah, Rubble Hulk is a good card. So don't just gloss over that.
You can dump every land from your hand when you use Redshift's ability.
Gorklan Rampager
is actually pretty good.
Gorklan Rampager gives for 2 mana, gives it 4/4 and trample until end of turn. Excellent.
Yeah,
love it. Trying to think what else. There's a number of. I'm trying to think. Those are like the 2 ones that I like.
Is there a way to benefit from dumping these creatures into our yard? Are they bad combat tricks then?
Well, they're not bad combat tricks. 4/4 and trample for 2 mana is really good. Let's see. Oh, another one.
Ogre Battle Drive.
No, there's Wrecking Ogre. Wrecking Ogre is 3/3 and double strike.
Ogre Battle Driver. Yeah, I guess if we're dumping creatures, well, how do we plan to use Redshift? I guess because I think how we build the deck it depends if are we going wide or are we just
I don't know if
because like what if
Ogre Battle Driver. I don't think we care here because
no listen here what about this instead of trying to kill somebody with Redshift, which is obvious, very prone to interaction, and number three, obvious again. I think instead of doing that, what we should be doing is going wide and killing everybody at once. So not being like the obvious Redshift that everybody imagines. We're going to catch them off guard.
okay,
by
so
like playing a bunch of creatures, and then we're going to be like, oh, by the way, Dragon Throne of Tarkir, all my creatures get like +20 because I like played an efficient pump spell on my commander, played Berserk on him, and then used Dragon Throne of Tarkir to make all my like efficient creatures like +20. So it's like you have a Crater Hoof in the command zone. Let's use him as a Crater Hoof that you can use as a mana dork. Like let's make this deck actual like fun and actual like not just the list that's already on there. What does chat think? What if we plan on going wide?
Oh, Raga Draga.
Raga Draga.
So when you swing with Redshift, Raga Draga's thing goes on the stack. Then while that's on the stack, you add your mana with Redshift, and then you resolve Raga Draga, and then you immediately get a free untap with Raga Draga.
Plus this actually encourages us to go wide with mana dorks too.
Yeah, so you can. I mean,
because it'll make them a base 3/3.
This is a good deck for Ruby Daring Tracker. Red and a green with haste, and she has a mana dork for red and green.
I like Ruby.
And whenever you control the creature power or greater, she gets 2/2 until end of turn. Which whatever.
This deck's building itself again. Help! We need another restriction.
I don't think it. Oh, Rada Air to Keld. Whenever she attacks you, add red, or you can just tap her to add green.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah,
okay.
That's great. Grand Warlord Rada. Haste whenever one or more creatures you control attack, add that much mana in any combination of red and or green till end of turn.
So
you don't lose his mana step and phases end.
Before the chat started, I was joking that we would have to build this with legendary creatures because legendary creatures get reprinted so much they're actually cheaper.
Right.
Like, sorry, we can't afford. If we were building this for $25, we can't afford to play Finhorn Elves. That's 75 cents. We got to play. What was it, Shigeki? That's cheaper.
Shigeki Jukai Visionary. Yeah.
Sorry, we can't play. We can't play a Finhorn Elf. We have to play a legendary version of it for budgetary purposes.
Oh, Bard class. Oh, Bard class kicks ass.
Magic Finance.
Bard class is perfect.
Oh, yeah, Bard class.
It's $1.25, but that's fine. Legendary creatures enter with a 1/1 counter on them. Great. Legendary spells cost red and green less to cast. Great. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, get impulse, draw two cards. Great. All that's great.
Oh, man. What a suggestion.
Yeah, Bard class is an unreal card for this deck.
That's cool. Can we try only permanents? Yeah.
I think we can.
Yeah. Let's go only permanents. Sure.
I think we can, especially if we start throwing auras in.
Fortunately, I don't really like instants or sorceries that much.
Oh my God, Agatha the Vile Cauldron. Activated abilities of creatures you control, X less to activate, where X is the Agatha's power. And then she has a 6-mana ability for other creatures you control, get 1/1 and trample and haste until end of turn.
Flame Blast Dragon. I was thinking
and Halana and Elena. Halana.
Hellkite's good too, right?
Halana and Elena. First strike, reach 2/3 at the beginning of combat and turn. Put X 1/1 counters on another target creature where X is Halana and Elena's power. The creature gains haste. Yes.
Great googly moogly.
Absolutely. Fucking Wolverine. No, I'm just kidding.
Halana and Elena partners. Oh, they have partners, so they could be partners with our commander. So
yeah,
them starting in the command zone would be very good for this deck.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm doing a semantic argument.
I think we can also.
Is this a good deck for Wolverine?
Pyxis of Pandemonium. What is that?
That is a 7 mana card you should read.
1 mana. Each player, you tap it. Each player.
It's a 1 mana, 7 mana activate or something.
Yeah. So each player exiles the top card of their library face down. Then you pay 7 and tap it. Sacrifice Pyxis of Pandemonium. Each player turns face up all cards he or she owns exiled with Pyxis of Pandemonium. Then puts all permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield.
That's really slow, though. That's fun.
Well, hold on though. It's each player, so it's gonna pick. So you're playing on turn 1. You're picking up 4 cards a turn.
I know.
That's nuts.
Okay, so you wanna be the Pyxis person?
I don't not want to be the Pyxis person.
You want to be the Pyxis Pixie, and every turn it's like, oh, 4 more cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to be the Pyxis person?
You're goddamn right.
I don't like fiddly cards like that. I don't like to do stuff like that personally.
Oh, you don't like to have fun?
I don't like to track that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, what do you mean track it? All you do is just tell them to exile the top card face down.
I know. I don't like that.
It's not,
too fiddly.
There's nothing to track.
It's too fiddly.
It's not fiddly at all.
It's just a little fiddly.
You're fiddly.
I'm learning stuff about myself. I'm like, I don't like that particular. I don't like Rhystic Study because I don't like paying attention during other people's turns.
That's fair, but also Rhystic Study.
You don't like Rhystic Study because you think the person who plays Rhystic Study gets too much of a card advantage and buries everybody else.
I don't like Rhystic Studies because I think only nerds play Rhystic Study.
Because I don't want to pay attention when it's your turn.
I think
not the same.
I think only nerds play Rhystic Study. Let's see.
That is the second Zoprandel Hunger Dominus suggestion.
Zopandrel is not cheap though.
Good.
I like Zopandrel, but Zopandrel is
such a good card. I would like.
But Zopandrel is $10.
Yep.
So, autism
we
gaming.
could make the rest of the deck for 40 very easily.
Very good. Very well good. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. You know what? That's not a bad suggestion because it's $10. That is a good suggestion. And I think people should know that if they win this deck, they could upgrade it for $10. So for the cost of $10 and watching this stream, they could have this deck plus Zoprandel. He has gone up. He's gone up because he's very good. That's a good suggestion. So yeah, learn to use our website to play cards that would be in the more expensive version of the deck. There you go.
How about Wild Beastmaster? Whenever Wild Beastmaster attacks, each other creature you control gets XX until end of turn, where X is Wild Beastmaster's power. I love Wild Beastmaster.
It's like a Champion of Lamb Holt, but like explosive. So it instead of playing Champion of Lamb Holt, we play the more explosive version of it. Right? Like I like.
It's not the same as Champion of Lamb Holt at all, but
well, in terms of. Oh, Champion of Lamb Holt doesn't boost anything else.
It makes stuff unblockable.
It's unblockable.
It makes stuff unblockable, yeah.
Well, I guess if your creatures have +X and trample, they are in a certain sense inevitable. The same way.
Wild Beastmaster makes them inevitable. Yeah,
are being unblockable with Champion of Lamb Holt.
Wild Beastmaster makes it inevitable. Champion of Lamb Holt makes them unblockable.
Yeah,
inevitable is always cooler than unblockable,
I guess. But I mean, I'm just like enough. I like the number enough, right? That's my favorite number in EDH because if it's like I can look at a math equation and I can tell if the number is enough or not, and if it's enough, I don't have to do the math. It's great. I just love enough. So I just like if you're doing enough, Champion Lamb Holt's like okay, I have 4 creatures, that's enough, but.
Right.
When you are going wide and making them like all have +25, +25, I like not having to do the math there.
I want to look at auras for Gruul.
Okay.
See what we can find. I mean, specifically with stuff that has an activated ability.
Yeah, so I think chat kind of has only suggested permanence so far, and then
I like the idea of a permanent only deck.
So many permanents are like, what if we only did permanents? I think chat feels the same way I do about this card, which is it would be a waste if we spent all of our mana to boost his power and toughness, but only till the end of the turn.
Yeah, that's why I like Rancor and Audacity and Sticky Fingers and doing weird shit like that. I mean, boosting it to end of turn is fine. Is fine if you can do a kill shot.
What if we built this Enchantress? What if we completely wiped what we have? And would this be?
I don't think you need
Enchantress?
to. I don't think you need to. I think you can do both.
I might pursue that build on my own, because no one's gonna expect that as an Enchantress build, but that's very funny. And then you start stacking Nihilious Colossus triggers.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like you can just dump. All you do is you're dumping a bunch of stuff on the field that's either an aura or some creature that's going to do something good for you.
Oh, sick! As a $100 Enchantress deck, this deck would be lit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, Demonic Ruckus, 1/1 menace and trample. Great.
Hey, if we get the first deck done plotted in an hour, can we do the $100 Enchantress version too?
Sure.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
If we do our job fast and bad, we can be rewarded with double job. But also fast and bad, the way fans like it. Who we building?
Who we building?
It's in the title. There's no polite way to say that. Hey, welcome to the stream. We are building Redshift, who is a Chaos Goblin on like a rocket-powered sled, it looks like.
Yeah.
We like the idea of permanently boosting Redshift's power and using that to generate a ton of mana to have a really cool turn. But then we're looking, and everything we want to put in the deck is like a legendary permanent or legendary creature. So I think we're gonna go like permanents only.
Draconic Destiny.
You didn't read, but also, hey, for people joining a little bit late into the stream, welcome. We're building Redshift Shiftnanigans.
Draconic Destiny gets 1/1 flying and haste and fire breathing. Yes, and when an enchanted creature dies, return Draconic Destiny to its owner's hand. Yes. Fantastic.
So we are going to be running like a lot of auras.
We're going to be running auras. We're going to have some Blood Rush. We're going to do all sorts of good stuff.
What about Unquenchable Fury then? If we're doing the thing, Redshift is a kill on sight creature. So the
problem is you're dropping it on turn 2, which people are probably not going to have removal yet, unless they took it in their opening hand.
I don't know.
We're going to want to protect it for sure. So we like some Umbras and stuff like that would be good, or some Totem Armor stuff would be good.
But I'm just saying, I think having a turn where we just like, yeah, I don't know, if we boost its power toughness by 4, double it.
Oh, so
versus we're probably going to have a turn where we go from like base power and toughness to like enormous.
Hydra's
I don't think
growth.
We're going to be able to slowly build up Redshift.
But that's what I'm saying about the fire breathing. That's what I was saying is that hitting him for explosive damage with fire breathing is better, because that makes you a little bit more resilient to him being a removal target, which he's going to be.
They're not just going to let us stack a bunch of rankers on our commander.
Correct.
Much as like it would be cool to do that, I really think we are going to have to go off without people expecting it.
Yep. And that's where I was going with the fire breathing, is like you want to be able to hit for explosive damage. Like ideally
that's kind of why I thought going wide, they're not going to expect, because like they're going to expect us to dump a bunch of stuff.
But the problem is,
but when we just start using Redshift,
you would need to find a way to have like tokens end the battlefield tapped and attacking with like Ogre Battle Driver on the field or something like that, so you can hit them hard, like potentially, like hopefully just knock them out of the game.
That's why I'm talking about Dragon Throne to Tarkir, or some other way to like give all our creatures +X/+X, where X is Redshift's power. Why don't you look at Dragon Throne to Tarkir and see if there are enough similar cards for that to be like an actual win condition? Right? Yeah. Raised by Giants is a good one.
Raised by Giants,
that makes Redshift's base power 10, which is wild.
Oh yeah, Dragon Throne to Tarkir is 50 cents. Let's see. Similar cards. Sigil of Valor, Sword of Vengeance, Crafted War Gear, Loxodon Warhammer. Nothing really here. Raised by Giants. That's what I was talking because raised by if you play Redshift turn 1, you could. There's a very real world where you play Raised by Giants turn 3. Turn 4, you're swinging for lethal.
Blanchwood Armor is a good power boost because you don't play it early. You play lands and then you play the Blanchwood Armor late. That's kind of the aura I would be looking for. I kind of don't want a Rancor. Unless you use Rancor to be like,
well,
here's a way to give it
Rancor,
trample.
you want it to give it trample. It's cheap power. It's because remember in Redshift, you want to be mana positive. I mean, essentially, Rancor turns is a soul ring's worth of mana. Yeah. So it's like it's like adding a soul ring's worth of value to Redshift. So that's why Rancor is great. So you put that, you get a soul ring's worth of mana, and you get trample, and when it dies, you get Rancor back in your hand.
Yeah, I like Rancor as sort of like.
It's like, I mean, it's incredibly good for this deck.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I think we're not going to want to play anything between Rancor and like Blanchwood Armor with 7 forests. I think anything fair you do.
Well, Blanchwood Armor is tough.
Like Ancestral Mask is bad in this deck, is what I'm saying. Because Blanchwood Armor, if you play it for 3 mana, it's going to give you.
Ancestral Mask is bad in this because you're not like it's not an Enchantress
it's
deck.
Too slow is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Blanchwood Armor, I think, is too slow.
Well, yeah, I guess it might be. I was thinking that we could be dumping lands with Redshift, but nah, that's probably not going to happen.
No. Let's see. What's a commander that really wants to? I'm gonna look at my Gruul commanders here and see which ones really want to just get after it. There's Bellow, which is interesting.
Shishiro
enters the battlefield and you control.
I mean, Xenagos God of Revels gets after it.
Xenagos does get after it, but Xenagos makes the rest of the deck get after it because Xenagos grants haste. So like, yeah, you like Xenagos. The whole point is you cheat out big creatures early and then give them haste. Like you get out, OG.
Xenagos would be nuts in the Redshift.
The entire purpose of Xenagos is to get out OG Atali as soon as possible and then give him haste. That's how you win that game. I want to look at Bellow to see. Because he's an enchantress commander in Gruul. Oh gosh, Unnatural Growth. This is Gem Razor. Oh yeah, that's a mutate. It's a mutate, yeah.
But like it's removal and it's mana positive. So basically, if you pay the mutate cost,
because then if you pay the mutate cost and then make, then you
make 4 additional mana.
So if you put if you put mutate on, no, you don't make 4 additional mana. The way mutate works is
you couldn't make.
So you would put Gem Razor on top. You would leave Gem Razor on top.
Put Gem Razor on
so
top.
So the creature is now Gem Razor, and it has Redshift's abilities.
Yeah, I don't like that as much.
So you're paying 3 mana to gain 2 power. So you're actually mana negative on that.
See, Mutagenic Growth to me is like playing a Dark Ritual, and just like a. Like I don't know,
yeah,
Dark
this is.
Ritual
I mean,
does not
mutagenic growth.
scale
Well, mutagenic growth is a 0 mana, 2 extra power. Now the problem is it's an instant, so it's not like it's an enchantment.
I don't care. I don't want to play that.
No, I know. But what I'm saying, like that, why I'm saying is like it is good that it's mana positive. Like if you can play this, and it will allow you to have a more explosive turn. But this, I think weirdly enough, this is gonna sound weird, but this is kind of a win more card. because any turn that you're going to go off, like mutagenic growth is probably never going to be the one card that allows you to explode and go off and kill somebody in one turn. It's going to be like, it's just going to be additive to whatever you're already doing. So
I'm not saying I'm not even like talking about it this much because I want to be like, this is a bad suggestion. It's more like I kind of want to shut down that line of thinking because I think we want to pivot to a different classification of cards.
Attempt with discovery. John with the base take over here. So this card is funny. We've had plenty of discussions about this card on this stream because most of the time when I play this card, at least one other person, maybe two, will take you up on that deal, and you'll get a couple lands out of it. But Jason apparently only plays with people that never ever take that deal. So Jason thinks it's a bad card. I think it's a good card because apparently our play groups are different. So
I never said I thought it was a bad card.
I think the historical footage.
Play the tape.
I think the historical footage would disagree.
Okay. Show me this.
I'm saying I've always said that I love Temple with Discovery because for me it's always been.
I don't have a play group, man.
Basically guaranteed that you're going to get 2-3 lands.
Playing with the people.
And yes, is the correct play, is the like optimal play if you're playing CDH to just not take the deal? Yeah. But doing just the same way, it's better to pay the Ristic Study trigger. It's better to do, don't take the tempting offers, things like that. But you're playing at casual tables, the idea of being able to just go get any land you want out of your deck out of nowhere for 0 cost to you is almost always too tempting for people to turn down. So
why are we having this conversation? This card's not even going in the deck. Or is it? Are you trying to put this card in the deck?
I don't know if it needs to. Our commander's cheap. Like, I'm not really worried about trying to ramp all to hell.
Okay.
Topiary Stomper is a good card. I don't know if it's budget, though. It is. Topiary Stomper is a good card. 1 green vigilance. When there's battlefield, you go get a basic land, and then he can attack or block once you have 7 or more lands. It's a nice body to. Topiary Stomper is better in dinosaur decks that can like discover into it or something like that. It's like hard casting a Topiary Stomper kind of sucks.
Yep. I don't.
You'd much rather like just play Cultivate. Summer Bloom.
Summer Bloom got banned in the only format that was playing it, so that didn't help it.
You may play up to 3 additional lands this turn, and that is 90 cents. That's assuming you've got 3 additional lands. That's assuming you've got 4 lands.
Play all permanents, right?
We are going to try to, yeah. I would like to try to play all permanents.
So Summer Bloom and some aren't. That's what you say when you cut the card. You go, some aren't.
Budget allowed Rhythm of the Wild. Rhythm of the Wild is a really nice card. The only thing I don't love about
you have to sing the line.
It's a rhythm of the wild. Yeah, okay. So the only thing I don't love about Rhythm of the Wild, you're right, I didn't. The only reason I don't love Rhythm of the Wild is because it is not going to apply to your commander when you cast it the first time. Your commander costs less than this. So you're going to play your commander on turn 2. And then Rhythm of the Wild is going to come down on turn 3 and not do anything to your commander.
Or be a budget card.
It's also not that budget. It's $2.43, and you are guaranteed, essentially, to not be able to take advantage of it the first time. That kind of sucks. So
Tavern Brawler.
I don't love Rhythm of the Wild.
Tavern Brawler? Let me read chat. Tavern Brawler is the card we should be talking about.
Well, Rhythm of the Wild is one I considered earlier, and I just wanted to go through the thought process. Oh yeah, so. Okay. Yeah, so at the beginning of your upkeep, exile top card of your library, you get Exo until a turn where X is the card's mana value. This is great. Free extra mana every turn. And just a free impulse draw, too.
Yeah.
Flare of Cultivation.
Sword of the Parents is in the deck, Stelzer. Don't you worry.
Yeah, Sword of the Parents definitely in the deck. I have a new follower. Overlord 2424. Welcome. Flare of Cultivation, okay, you sacrifice a non-token green creature rather than pay the spell's mana cost. You search for your library for up to 2 basic lands, put one in the battlefield, tap another into your hand, then shuffle. So it's
it's free.
It's cultivate, but with the option to cast it for free.
We're playing a big mana deck. We don't need free spells.
But I mean, it's essentially the same as cultivate.
It's a sorcery.
It is sorcery, yeah. So we really want that's why we're playing mana dorks. So that way we can not worry about the whole cultivate such situation. Frenzied Airings. What the fuck is that? Frenzied Airings. 2 red and a green for Riot. Trample and has 4 red. Green gets +3/0 until end of turn.
What?
I am not in love with this.
What?
For one very specific reason. And that is that its fire breathing ability has a green mana in it. And Redshift makes a bunch of mana in one color. So you have to have green mana sitting around, or you have to have both colors available to this just to give it +3/0. If this was 5 red to do this, I'd be more in favor of it because we have ways in our deck to make infinite mana. But it being a 2-colored ability makes it's going to be really hard to make this ability worth activating because it's just going to be too expensive and too difficult to do. Energy Refractor.
No, not Energy Refractor.
No?
There's got to be... I need a way to
yeah, we don't want
suggestions in chat or something.
Yeah, we don't really want basically
we don't care about that.
Anything
we're going to play enough mana dorks, man. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll play mana dorks. And so let's actually, did I put Ragged Dragon in the deck? Yeah, okay. I actually want to look at Ragged Dragon.
Somebody in chat, I forget who, said Chishiro. You should take a look while you're on a page that has Chishiro on it.
Chishiro, whenever an aura equipment enters, you make a 2/2 red spirit. At the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each modified creature you control. We're not really.
If we already have.
So we've got
1/1 counters deck. If this isn't a 1/1 counters deck, then it's not good.
We've got 14 enchantments, and I think most of them are auras. Not all of them, but most of them are auras. But
the way I want to build this deck, I don't think Chishiro.
I don't think I want Chishiro. Yeah,
but
I do want to look at Ragged Dragon's page though.
I mean, in most Redshift decks, it's good.
Yeah. Actually, I want to look at Ruby's page.
Yeah, that's what we should be doing. Is if we're gonna build a ton of mana dorks, we should put a ton of mana dorks in the deck.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be Ruby's page and Ragged Dragon's page, but I want to look at Ruby because she is a hasty mana dork at 2 mana. So she's gonna find stuff to get out early. Let's see, Bloodbraid Challenger. She's just kind of playing. She's not playing as much interesting stuff as I was hoping she was playing. Let's look at Ragged Dragon's deck, though. Specifically, let's look at Ragged Dragon's X Spells deck. That seems fun. Okay. Let's look at creatures first. That's some go wide stuff.
I mean, do we want some mana filters just so we can use the mana, or do we not care about doing that?
Okay. Actually, yes. Being able to convert it over to mana that you can use on anything is really powerful because it only being able to use on activated abilities is the whole throttle. That's the entire throttle on Redshift. So by using something like a Orochi Leaf Caller to just convert it over to any color of mana, then you can just make a bunch of green mana and then convert it over into mana that can be used anytime and you can refilter it too. So like instead of making a whole bunch of one color, you can make multiple colors.
Too.
Oh, we can put Omnath in too. But what I'm saying is that like this is being able to filter it and turn it into any use mana is super, super kind of busted in this deck.
We'll take another look at Energy Refractor then, I guess. Does that tap though? I don't
no,
want
it
anything
doesn't.
that taps.
It doesn't. The problem with the Energy Refractor is that you'd have to do the infinite mana thing first to make it good, because otherwise you're only getting half. Negative, it's mana negative. So if you do like Omnath, is it Locus of Rage?
No, Omnath Locus of Mana, the very first
one. Oh, the mono green Omnath.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Omnath Locus of Mana, you don't lose the unspec green mana. So yeah, it steps and phases in. Does that go through turns? No, it doesn't go through turns. Oh wait, does it?
Yes.
It does go through turns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise it'd be very bad.
Yeah. So what you could do is then
that's $3 still?
It's $3. Because then you could just leave Redshift there and then just bank extra green mana every turn. And then eventually then if you have a filter or something like that, you can use all that extra green mana to convert it over. I think Omnath Locus of Mana is an interesting card to add to this.
It's a mana laundering scheme.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. If it wasn't $18, Doubling Cube would be such a funny card to put in this.
Yeah. Because
that's your way to bust this thing.
You're discovering like 2011's EDH tech.
I know. I actually pulled a Doubling Cube out of a pack of something else, and it was my list card. I can't remember what pack it was. It was like March of the Machine, maybe. It might have been March of the Machine that I pulled that out of.
Yeah, Dimensor. I think Hydra Broodmaster is potentially a win condition if you need a way to like win.
Oh yeah, because then you can just make a whole bunch of
card.
Absolutely gigantic Hydras.
I think it spawns you an army if you.
Yeah, I think you'd want to do that.
Plus, its abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like if you can't filter the mana, Hydra Broodmaster is a way to go off from.
Actually, throwing a couple cheap Hydras in as like an alternate like a sub theme is kind of funny.
I like that one because it goes wide though. These Hydras all go tall, right? I don't want to
so Genesis wide. Hydra, when you cast a spell, reveal the top X card of your library. You may put a non-land permanent card of mana value X plus on the battlefield, and it enters the battlefield with X1 counters on. So this one goes and tutors something off the top of your library.
That's not worth it. That's a creature plus a creature.
Or an aura.
It's a little fair, don't you think?
I mean, if you use Redshift, well, probably you can't use Redshift's mana unless you run it through that one creature that filters it. So yeah, Genesis Hydra is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Something with X in the activated /ability is where you like really take advantage of this.
Well, isn't there an invoker that would give your creatures +8/+8? Which invoker does that?
Oh, I don't know. Wizard's Rockets? I remember this card from Lord of the Rings.
Probably not the Flame Wave. Doesn't sound like it's probably the green one.
Oh, Wizard's Rockets actually is a
Dong layer.
Wizard's Rockets is a one-time use of filtering all the mana and drawing a card. As a sort of backup way to filter mana, I actually don't hate that. I think I want that. Colossus of Akros is similar to that Broodmaster.
Stonewood? Oh, that gives itself 5/5. What? That's dumb.
Oh yeah, because
Wild Heart Invoker, target creature gets 5/5. So it's mana negative, but it is a way to.
Wild Heart Invoker. Oh, it's 8 mana, gets 5/5 and trample. But if you're making unlimited mana, if you're making infinite mana with sort of
Flame Wave Invoker is the way to win the game with infinite mana. Flame Wave Invoker is the red one. That's the goblin where for 8 mana you deal 5 damage.
Deal 5 damage, yeah. So then you just insta win, yeah. I actually do still want to throw the Wild Heart Invoker in there though too, because that's just it's another secondary kind of win condition thing.
Yeah, but plus it grants trample.
Right.
Oh, hang on. Bale's Invoker for 8, it deals 4 damage to each opponent.
What
Ball's
Invoker?
Bhaal. Not like Diablo 2 Bale, but like
What's the other game?
What? Bhaal.
Bale's Invoker. Oh, okay, got it. Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, if you can get your infinite mana.
Ball's Invoker, I hardly know her. I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah, it's tough.
Glorybringer, I hardly.
Finish that. Finish the joke.
If you scroll faster.
Finish it.
I need to find more potential cards here. You're not giving me a big enough card pool.
Okay.
To write my way out of this one. Do we need any card draw spells? No, we are not playing any non-permanents.
Magus of the Candelabra going in the deck.
Yeah, Magus of the Candelabra.
Should we put Svelle in?
Yeah.
She makes little mana rocks, and you can use her to go get a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I think that's good. Captivating Crew would be funny because you make infinite red mana and then steal everybody's creatures.
Oh, so why don't we talk about what we were talking about?
Oh yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay, so
because actually, what you can do, you can do this infinitely, steal everyone's board because you can infinitely activate Captivating Crew, and the other one is Bizarre Traders.
Yeah, I think so. So if we do generate infinite mana, Captivating Crew is going to be the card that lets us steal all their creatures, which is very funny. But what the interaction we talked about before is a card. I don't know if we've talked about it on this show before, but Bizarre Trader is a card I tend to jam in a lot of decks where I'm playing threat effects, because Bizarre Traders change of control of the permanent is continuous. Okay. So what'll happen is you will play a threaten effect, or you will activate Captivating Crew. So if Levi has a, let's say, some sort of invoker or whatever that I want to steal, and he doesn't have the mana to activate it or whatever BS, someone in chat's going to say, well, you could on the stack, all right. He's got a creature I want to take.
I have a Xenagos that is in play.
Control of it. Now, this creature says, until the end of the turn, you control this creature. Now, controlling that creature temporarily with Captivating Crew makes it eligible for us to target ourselves with Bizarre Trader. So that's kind of what people don't see at first. You use Bizarre Trader and say, I am going to gain control of this permanent I control. So at the end of the turn, the threaten ability from Captivating Crew would send it back to its controller. But there's another ability that gives you control of it continuously, and that ability doesn't go away. So you use Bizarre Trader to permanently gain control of the creature. So you do need the threaten effect to make it so you can use Bizarre Trader to say that you are the new controller of this permanent you control. So that you still do need the threaten effect, but Bizarre Trader can make it permanent, and that's an interaction that you might not think of when you look at Bizarre Trader at first. And it's something I used to talk about a lot in my articles, but that's been a few years, and I want to make sure everyone knows about this really dumb tech. So, if we are running enough threaten effects in a deck, I always want to run Bizarre Trader in there too.
Mm-hmm. And in his deck, when we have like Sword of the Parents out and we can generate infinite red mana, then we can steal everybody's board because you can steal all their creatures with Captivating Crew, and then you would have unlimited. You could then re-equip the Sword of the Parents, the Bizarre Trader, and just tap it on tap, tap it on tap, tap it on tap, tap it on tap.
Yeah.
And actually permanently steal everybody's stuff on the board, which is hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, if you were going to say, I have enough mana, which is my favorite number of mana, I have enough mana to do all the things I want with this stupid Rube Goldberg machine I've assembled.
Mm-hmm.
It should be a fun way, like taking all of their creatures and beating them with them.
You know what? With our deck, this Stark of Wrath is a funny way to wipe. It is a funny one-sided board wipe because you would tap Stark of Wrath, destroy target artifact or creature. You destroy their shit. While that's on, you target that. So then while that's on the stack, you untap it with the sword. Then you keep doing it again. You target everything, and then the last one you target is Stark of Wrath himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, what you do, you would target Stark of Wrath first, and then you would target. Then you would.
So that one, yeah.
So it resolves last.
So you'd have to respond to that.
So you target Stark of Wrath you target Stark of Wrath with himself, and then untap him, and then target the rest of the board, and then he just does a full he just kills all the rest of the creatures and then kills himself. Hilarious. So, Spike Shot Elder. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Another easy one to get
Hero's
out.
Bane pumps itself. We're not looking at we don't really need creatures that pump themselves. We would like creatures that end the game.
Oh yeah, Tanuki Transplanter. That's great. When the equipped creature attacks, add an amount of green mana equal to its power. Till end of turn, you don't lose mana. Steps and phases in. Great.
Well, you said Tanuki. We have to put it.
Yeah, we have to put Tanuki in the deck. Yeah, that's just the rules of the thing.
He double dog dared me.
Valakut Invoker is a good mana sink. Oh yeah, 8 mana deals 3 damage to any target. Sure. We've got a couple of these like that.
That's the worst one.
It's the worst one, unfortunately.
That's a bad suggestion. No, I'm just kidding. That's fine. Yeah, 3 damage to any target is it's actually a little bit it's probably good to have that effect in the deck because it doesn't matter if it's 3 damage or 4 damage or 5. If you have to activate it enough times that you're not doing the math, then the amount doesn't matter. So the fact that we could kill like a utility creature that's keeping them from being targeted or something like that, I think that's actually potentially the best suggestion.
Belby's Armor is kind of the exact opposite of what we want this deck to do, so I'm going to not put this in the deck.
What's Belby's Armor for?
You pay X and tap it. Target creature gets -X plus X until end of turn.
Which creature?
I don't know what you're asking me.
I don't.
This deck, this card does exactly the opposite of what we want the deck to do.
I know, that's kind of why I was ignoring it.
Yeah, I mean, Worm Speaker makes worms and stuff.
Oh, you misread it? Yeah, I mean, if Belbay's Armor worked, pay X, tap it, target creature gets +X plus X, that makes way more sense as a Magic card.
Yeah.
So,
and Drought Basin's
why would it
really
say what it
slow.
says?
That's
Don't apologize. Of course you misread it. Why would it say what it actually says?
And Draft Basin's a really slow card. It's very expensive. Trying to see if there's anything else in.
What did you call it?
Drought. I don't know. Whatever.
Draft.
That's what I called it the second time. Draft. Shaman of Forgotten Ways. I don't know if I know what that card is.
Shaman of Forgotten Ways is the biorhythm on a stick.
Biorhythm is so much fun. Shaman of Forgotten Ways is also $5.61. But Zertod Druid is a nice red and green mana dork that pings
let's
everybody.
Rank the rhythms on this cast. Of the Wild, Bio.
Those are 1 and 2.
That's how we feel about. We are split on rhythms.
There's also Rhythmic Water Vortex.
This is the Rhythmic Water Vortex. I don't like it as much.
It's not good. Zertod Druid is a red and green mana dork that pings everybody when it taps for mana.
Looks like Alice Cooper. I like it.
Yeah. I was thinking it looks more like
you, or does it
I was thinking it looks more like Gerard Way.
Opponents. Each opponent. Oh my god.
Each opponent. Yeah.
That is that's an infinite.
It's an infinite win. Yeah.
Parents.
Yeah.
Win.
Yep. That's a card that not enough people play. It's a good card.
Dude, killing everybody with Zertod Druid
is fucking hilarious. That's incredibly funny.
That's so funny.
It's incredibly funny.
He even helps you generate the mana to partially untap
him. Let's see here.
I don't know why you took that tone. Like, you suggested that card last week and I said no. And now I'm coming around out of your
We need a way to get the sword. Yeah. So Lele's right. We do need a way to get the sword.
Yeah.
Let's
guess.
So
I don't want to. Are we a Sword of the Parents combo deck then?
Kind of. Not necessarily, we don't have to be, but it's better if we can be.
Godo.
So I want to figure out a way.
Godo is the best budget equipment tutoring there is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Godo Bandit Warlord, baby.
Yeah.
He's budget, right?
Yeah, he's buck 28. It's not bad at all. Most of the rest of the equipment tutors are all in white. It's a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay. Okay.
But you could tutor for Godo with green tutor. So any
you could use
worldly tutor is a tutor for Godo, which is a tutor for
the sword you need. Yeah.
The sword, yeah.
Worldly tutor is probably too expensive. Yeah. But
is Dragon Throne of Tarkir an equipment, or is it just an artifact? It's just an artifact, right?
I think it's just an artifact. Yeah, no, it's an equipment. Creature has
Dragon Throne of Tarkir with Godo?
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. Harbinger of the Hunt.
Hey, Jason, haven't you won games with Dragon Throne of Tarkir? How do you not know what permanent type it is? Well, Dragon Throne of Tarkir says if you have enough mana, you win the game. So that's how I've played it. I've laid it on the table and said, I have enough mana, I win the game.
Harbinger of the Hunt deals 1 damage to each creature without flying, or deals damage to each creature with flying. I kind of hate that. Because I don't like dealing damage to each creature with or without flying when our commander has 3 toughness. That's not great.
You're now in last place, Larry. I don't know. I'm making an inside joke, maybe. Sorry. You reacting would help in any way.
Is Savage Ventmaw worthwhile?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I mean, if you play a Savage Ventmaw every turn,
I would love to play Clouth in this deck, but Clouth is not.
Yeah, Snake Basket or something. Yeah, Snake Basket is one way to do it.
You could.
But honestly, I think like Jade Mage would be good. We already have Hydra Broodmaster. Hydra Broodmaster is a great way to go wide, provided
things that we can pump and then explode into a bunch of tokens are like a good backup plan.
Yeah, I mean Snake Basket. It's not super budgety is the only issue.
It's $1.65.
You're $1.65. So it's got multiple printings. You just go with the Mirage one if you're gonna go with Snake Basket at all. I don't know.
I'm gonna throw it in for right now, but oh wait, yeah, it doesn't. That's not good. I don't know why I was looking at that. But finding things that explode into tokens is a good.
Well, Orochi Hatchery. Ant Queen.
I don't really want Orochi Hatchery. Because it's on the casting cost and it just sits there.
I thought that card read different. I hate
No,
that card.
yeah, I don't want that.
Why did I think I was gonna put that card in a deck? I hate it.
I don't know.
What does explode into tokens? What are you talking about?
It does explode into tokens, but you can't like pump it up more. You have to like all of the charge counters it's ever gonna get is on the cast,
which is the turn you're going off.
Right, so you don't care about it at that point.
Yeah, so Orochi Hatchery is no worse than Snake Basket.
Ant Queen's the money.
Can you?
No, Snake Basket's better.
Snake Basket's not better, dude.
Yeah, because you can do that on your end step. You can just take all of your extra mana that you didn't do anything with.
I guess you're like, this is a better combo piece because you can run it out there and let them blow it up.
Who's gonna blow up Snake Basket?
Oh my God! Have you ever played a game of EDH? Not everyone's your play group.
But if you have the option to either blow up Snake Basket or Redshift, are you gonna blow up the Snake Basket?
No, they're gonna blow up your whole board because you got up to 9 permanents.
No one's gonna blow up Snake Basket.
You're right. They are gonna murder your commander.
Probably. They're not gonna mess with Snake Basket.
So then Snake Basket sucks because we need to play something that's scarier than our commander. Your logic is circular.
What? My logic isn't circular. I'm not the one that's just an Orochi Hatchery. It's a bad card.
I like Orochi Hatchery.
That's because you're a bad deck builder.
We're building a bad deck.
I know.
Who else do you hire?
Agatha the Vile Cauldron, I believe, is already in the deck.
I'm not a bad deck builder.
No.
I'm a bad deck builder.
I know. You're a bad deck player.
I'm a bad deck. The hyphen is important. People need to know there's a hyphen. I'm not bad at building decks. I am a builder who's.
You're a builder of bad decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good at making bad decks.
Soulbright Flamekin is interesting.
Soulbright, that card is messed up, is what it is.
It's interesting. It gives trample, and then if you activate it 3 times, you get a bunch of red mana back.
And it turns green mana into red mana.
It does turn green
colorless mana into red mana.
It does. It turns any mana we want into red mana that can be used for anything.
That goes in the deck.
I'm in it. I'm into it.
It's nutty.
Let's see.
I like how we're discovering all these like hidden gems on the EDH rec page for this commander.
I'm not on the page for this commander. I'm on Agatha the Vile Cauldron.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool. That's how good Agatha's suggestions are. I literally thought we were exactly looking at Redshift's page. Wow, nice.
Nope. Right.
Elder of Laurels is potentially good, I guess, if we're going wide, but only if, like, we're already successful at going wide. Guardian Augmenter is not bad in this deck. It's not super budgety.
$6. It's $6.
Especially if we're gonna jam Shaman of.
I mean, Guardian Augmenter would be really good, but it's $6.
Yeah, well, Bristly Bill's not budget either. I think you forgot to hit the
$42. You're right. I did not hit the budget filter. Let's see. Ornery Tumblewag. Pelucranos.
Well, chat is full of regulars today. Thanks so much, everybody. Sometimes we get so comfortable seeing all our regulars hanging out with us, we forget that we are technically showing off how the website works.
That's true.
So we forget to hit the budget filter.
It happens.
Teamer Sabretooth. I don't know. That's great for ETB stuff. What do we have? I don't know. I like Teamer Sabretooth.
Fight rigging.
I like it in Gruul combo decks. I just don't know. Hydra Broodmaster's in the deck, baby.
Roaring Earth is interesting. Whenever land enters battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. Or it has channel for green X. Discard Roaring Earth, put X1 counters on target land you control, becomes a 0/0 speech. Oh, never mind. On target land you control. For some, I thought it was on target creature you control, and I was like, that is really interesting. But alas, it is not.
What do you think of Oread of Mountains Blaze?
I don't know. What do you think of it?
That is a card you should bring up so we can talk about it. I think it is very interesting.
What's it called again?
Oread.
Oread of Mountains Blaze.
It's the only Oread.
2 in a red, discard a card, draw a card. Nice. It's a repeatable looting effect. That's pretty nice.
I think specifically for a deck like this,
I'm into it.
You're not going to have a ton of card draw.
You want to churn through as much of that deck as you can. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if
I'm into it.
We're not playing spells that like take lands out of our deck and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
If we're going to rely on permanents, then this is something.
No, I'm into it.
I'm considering. Yeah, look at. All right, so how many mana dorks do we have?
We've got.
Who's the mana dork commander?
So Magus is kind of. No, it's not. That's not. Okay, so Redshift is a mana dork. Ruby's a mana dork. Rada is a mana dork.
Ooh, Spike Shot Elder. I missed that suggestion, but
Goblin and Archomancer
is nutty in this deck.
Goblin and Archomancer is a cost reducer. Zertide Druid is a mana dork.
Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll get to some lands with abilities. I don't know how many we'll be able to include, honestly. A lot of that stuff's going to be like $2-3 each.
Grand Warlord Rada makes mana. She's not really a mana dork per se, but when she attacks, actually when anything attacks, you get mana.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Something I plan to do at some
Tanuki Transplanter adds mana. That's pretty much it.
Tanuki Transplanter? That ability is almost too nuts.
That's a good joke. I appreciated that.
Wait, what joke? Voracious Hydra. That's one I haven't looked up.
World Tail Mentor? I don't know what that card is.
Voracious Hydra, again, I'm not really interested in creatures that only make themselves bigger with your mana.
Yeah,
we want to be able.
We want to be able
with
to
the mana from Redshift. Like, that's not the kind of card we're looking for.
Yeah, no, our tons and tons of mana can only be used on activated abilities unless we get one of our filters. Cradle Clear Cutter. Oh, add amount of green mana equal to Cradle Clear Cutter's power. I don't hate that.
I should be vamping right now. I'm like,
I actually do like Cradle. I do like Cradle Clear Cutters. I do like that card. It's a mana dork, and if you can buff it via one of our many ways to buff things, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
So?
It's a good mana dork.
Oh, it's a good mana. Yeah, it's a scalable mana generator. I see what you're saying. No, yeah, I like it. But the more we stick to EDH Rec, the more we're gonna get mostly +1/+1 counter strategy suggestions, and that's not what we're going for per se.
So I'm gonna look at Bellows. I'm gonna look at Bellows aggro page.
Yeah, I want to make sure we kind of get stuff that's more for like going wide type decks.
Well, we're not really going wide. Let's see here.
I mean, yeah, sure. Wondertail
We're,
Mentor is fine.
we're more going tall than we are wide. You need to go. This deck wants to go tall in order to go wide.
No, this deck wants to go tall with just your commander in order to like make everything else.
That's what I'm saying. Is you want to go tall with your commander so that you can go wide with other stuff.
Yeah, but you need to be equipped. You need to have other creatures if you're going to go wide.
Yeah, we've got 32 creatures.
Good.
We're doing just fine.
We're not playing.
Actually, we're at 55.
Well, we're only playing permanent, so we're going to have more creatures than normal.
We're at 55 cards right now.
Jeez.
So now we're currently at the.
Can the deck do anything yet, or are these last 5 cards going to be critical?
No. We are looking at Redshift's page now, just to see if we missed anything. Duskwatch Recruiter, 2 and a green. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform this creature. And transform into creature spells cost 1 less to cast. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform this creature. So,
yeah,
this one you can pay a bunch of mana into it. Look at the top 3 cards of your library and put a creature in your hand, a bunch and just over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, he's fine.
I like him. Alrighty, we've got Captivating Crew already.
Add the 1 ring, call it a deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steel Hellkite might end up in the deck if it's not already. That's a card. Oh, there, you just scrolled by it. You just scrolled right past Steel Hellkite, baby. It's a high synergy card. Or a top card? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we can do Steel Hellkite. It's a mana
It's
thing.
kind of too dumb not to.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
What does Oliphant do?
Oliphant.
Nothing. It's one of those mountain cyclers.
Yeah, it's a mountain cycler, which we don't really need. Let's see here.
Do we have Raised by Giants yet?
Yeah, it's in the deck.
Tavern Brawler and
yep, those are both in the deck. Maybe it's just time we. I don't know. We've got space for probably another 4 more cards, 4 to 6 more cards. You don't have to cycle it.
If you don't cycle it, then we have a really expensive.
Then it's just a 9/7 trample.
Creature.
Like that's it. I don't know. I just this. I don't really like Rampage. Or I'm looking at Rampage War Mammoth. So Oliphant just becomes a 6/4. It just becomes a 6/4 trampler for 6 mana, which is
the only reason you play Rampaging Warmath is because you can use its mana.
Right. Like
cycling. That cycling ability is something you can actually do with your mana.
Yeah, you can just destroy a bunch of artifacts, I guess. Stomp is a good MDFC, and it's very cheap. Snakeskin Veil would be a good idea. Give it hexproof. That's an instant, though. We're not playing instants. We're playing only permanents. Well, under the budget filter, we didn't really find much of anything that is useful to us specifically.
I think we should swerve back into Ragged Draga territory. I think we've gotten
I think that might be the
territory too much.
I think that might be the ticket.
Maybe something like Wirewood Symbiote.
Ragged. Why am I even bothered? Ragged
Wirewood
Draga.
Symbiote's nuts.
Wirewood Symbiote?
Yeah.
Wirewood Symbiote. Turn an elf you control to its owner's hand. Untap target creature. Why is that good?
Because you untap your commander.
Right. How many elves do we have in this deck?
If we are running some mana dorks, we should have enough.
Let's see. We've got 1. I don't know about that one.
You don't have any elves?
Most of in Gruul, most of the mana dorks are druids, not. There's one right there. There's 3.
We'll cut Wirewood Symbiote then. That's just the kind of stuff I want to be doing. I want to be untapping our commander.
We've got like 3 elves. 4. Okay, there's a 4th one.
That sucks.
Yeah, we have like no elves. None of these are elves. No. Yep.
Well, like Viridian Joiner might be good, right? Like, no, I guess that's too late. By the time you're making something that isn't your commander huge.
Yeah.
Well, Scrib Ranger then at least, right?
Scrib Ranger.
Well, Still Energy might be better than Wirewood Channel. Yeah. Because you can only do it once per turn. But in a pinch, Instill Energy could give any creature haste. So Instill Energy is probably a much better card than Wirewood Symbiote. And it's cheaper.
Yeah. So, I mean, it untaps. It untaps anything at instant speed once each turn, which is great. So, like every turn, you can use Redshift's ability if you want. Yeah, that's good. I like that card a lot. Let's see. We're at 60 cards right now, and we've got 4 lands. So about 4 to 6 more cards. We are at $33 on TCG Player right now. Just by the way, so we've got room in our budget to do some stuff, like Osier Coslam, Deepest Growth.
That's not.
It's $5. Just combat damage to a player. Reveal the main cards from your library. Put a creature card and or land from on the battlefield, and then when it flips over, I don't know if Osier Coslam does a lot of what we want.
No,
I don't think it does, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah, we do have room to put a few $4 cards in because we're so down and dirty on the budget. Like we could put Xenagos in this deck. We could also put in other stuff.
Put some lands.
I mean, but we've got 4 lands in there, and we've got 44 lands in there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying we could put some lands that do something.
Yeah, we could put utility lands in, but we have 44 lands in the deck right now.
Yeah, Umbral Mantle maybe. Umbral Mantle is not an equipment though, so we can't find it with Godo. So it's not as good.
Yeah. But you get it on the field and it goes infinite.
I think Tyvar the Pummeler should be in the deck.
You can't find Umbral Mantle, but it goes infinite with. It goes infinite with your commander.
Umbral Mantle's an equipment.
Umbral Mantle is an equipment.
Yeah. What was I thinking? I don't know.
No idea. But you pay 3 and untap it, and a creature gets 2/2 until on turn, so it goes infinite.
If you make more than 3 mana, yeah.
Which you will after 1 use.
Yeah, it's a combo deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Staff of Domination. While we're at it, if we're all in on being that combo deck, Staff of Domination is probably a little.
That doesn't
cheaper,
help
right?
us. That doesn't really help us at all.
Untap target creature for 3 mana. That does help us. Staff of Domination untaps a creature.
Yeah,
for
I
3
guess.
mana.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to have a certain baseline of mana to get there.
Let's make that, if this is going to be a combo deck that is going to surprise people, we got to have some unfair cards, and if we have room in the budget to
we've got
the pun, pump the gas a little.
Yeah,
let's put the staff in there too.
Yeah, it's in there now. So we've got
that's the one that's not an equipment. That's what I was thinking.
We're at $44 right now with 62 cards.
It got reprinted.
We're at $44 with 42 lands in the deck right now.
Fanatic of Ronus. I like Fanatic of Ronus.
Yeah, Fanatic of Ronus is really good. It's also $7.
Yeah. You know what would be good in this deck?
If you say Gaia's Cradle, I swear to God.
Gaia's Cradle?
I'm going to mail a glitter bomb to your house.
That's our longest running joke on this show, and he hates it.
It's so dumb. I hate that joke so much. It's so stupid.
Well,
it's so dumb. Let's see. Minsk and Boo. That'd be kind of fun.
We get to have a Planeswalker.
We do. Problem is with Minsk and Boo is it only puts counters on up to one target creature with trample or haste, and our commander does not have either of those things, on the card.
Yeah.
Plus we don't. So Spartan, we do what we did. We did have budget to spare, but right now, if we put Fanatic of Ronus in, that would blow right past our budget. So I can't do that. However, Garrick's Uprising seems pretty good.
Courage, I think Enduring Courage and Ogre Battle Driver were part of the potential Snake Basket /
Sure, yeah. Okay, we'll throw Ogre Battle Driver in, and what was the other one?
Battle Driver.
Enduring Courage. Oh yeah, we can afford both of those. So right now we have 39 lands and $47. So let's find one more card that's like $2, $2.50.
Enduring Courage. Probably a land, right? Or no?
How about...
Any of the Domri or Garrick's?
Ooh, hold on. If this is the Gruul... Is this the Savage Bork? Yes. I love this suggestion. Savageborn Hydra is amazing. It comes in with X1 counters on it. It can make it bigger, but it has double strike. It's crazy. Wait, that doesn't help us because it gets infinitely big. It could get infinitely big with double strike, but the X comes in. That's not great. So
no,
I love that suggestion, but not for this deck.
See, that is the problem. We see cards that we love in chat because we love the magic cards.
the reason
Hydra.
The reason I thought of it is because Savageborn Hydra, I used to have it in my Blood Rush deck, but it was so that I could discard Gorklan Rampager onto it. Right. So then, because you would just play Savageborn Hydra turn 3 as a 1/1. They're like, oh, that's weird. And then next turn you discard, or next turn you Blood Rush Gorklan Rampager onto it to make it a 5/5 double strike with trample and So that's why I was thinking of it. For some reason, I was thinking it itself had Blood Rush, but it does not.
Do we want anything with Flash that can protect one of our creatures from getting killed, or don't we care about that? Honestly, I don't think we play Redshift until we're ready to do something unfair.
Yeah, I think you wait to play Redshift until you can do something really stupid. How about Scarred Goliath? Scarred Goliath is an 8 mana 9/9 with trample, but it has Blood Rush for 5 green to give it 9/9 and trample until end of turn. That's a very funny finisher.
It's got to be attacking though, so you can't just cast it on your commander. That's dumb.
Huh?
Wait, is Blood Rush only on attacking creatures?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Our commander has Vigilance.
You want to only be able to go off during our attack phase with our combo deck that's only permanents. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You want our only permanence combo deck to only be able to go off during your attack phase.
So it's fucking fire breathing, dude. You keep losing the thread, my guy.
All right. That's weird to me.
That's the point of the fire breathing.
All right.
I'm telling you. Plus, Blood Rush is itself an activated ability. So you can use Redshift's shit to dump more Blood Rush.
That mana can be...
Yes. So it can be used to dump more. So it can be used for more Blood Rush. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we both missed a thing, man. But it turns out you knew and didn't care, and that's worse in a lot of ways. To me, it's like, no, I don't have bad card reading abilities. I have bad judgment.
Because Marvin. Oh, Marvin. So Marvin is like sounds cool, but
what is Marvin?
Marvin Murderous Mimic. He's from Duskmourn. Has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. So it will add 2 mana if you tap it. It can add 2 mana.
We don't have a ton of abilities that are great to copy.
Like,
do we have any abilities that are good with Marvin? Like, I love Marvin. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, like, it would be you would copy Redshift his mana ability. Like, at best, you're just getting a bunch of mana dork things, or you're getting 2 mana.
It would be 2 mana. Yeah.
Like, it's not good.
You can hide your Broodmaster twice? No, you're going off for all of your mana.
You don't need to hide. Yeah, you don't need to hide your Broodmaster twice. You just hide your Broodmaster for all of it once.
Yeah. I love Marvin. I just don't think there's a single creature in this deck I want a Marvin.
There's no reason to hide your Broodmaster twice.
It's technically a mana dork. I don't want to kill on sight creature to be.
It's also an artifact creature that would immediately die to like an abrade.
Yeah.
Without recast, I think. Right, but you don't need to. You don't need to do Broodmaster twice. You do it once and you win the game.
Yeah.
You'll never ever need to Broodmaster twice.
We don't need to. It's like it's like forking an insurrection, right?
Like, why? I really just don't see how Marvin helps us.
Yeah. Like, if one insurrection wins the game, imagine how good 2 insurrection is. Turns out not better. I don't know. I'm.
Well, it's an X spell, and it
yeah. No, I
mean, yeah. I mean, no matter what, you're putting a bunch of mana into it.
I just don't want the narrative to be Jason doesn't like Marvin. I love Marvin. Marvin is messed up, but
Marvin is just
this particular deck. I don't see a single creature.
Marvin is just Mayorsil the Pretender, but not as fun.
Marvsil
the Pretender.
Marvsil.
I'm sure he's probably in Marisol decks.
I'm sure nobody has built a Marisol deck since like 3 weeks after that precon came out.
I did.
I thought Marisol was so cool, and I played it once. I'm like, this deck is dumb.
I built mine like 2 or 3 years ago, and like it's weird.
You traumatize yourself once, and you win the game, and you're just like, this is boring.
Kind of, yeah. All right, so
basically, if you took the Marisol deck and then slowly replaced all the cards with better ones, eventually it would just be a Thassa's Oracle deck. And that's it, at its core, it's budget Thoracle, and that's what I didn't like about it.
Actually, the way I set mine up to win was
decks to be ridiculous and involve a goblin.
The way I set mine up to win was like a 6-card combo that was essentially me infinitely sending the one Eldrazi is one of the Kozileks that like it hits your graveyard and shuffles itself back in, and
Oh, yeah.
infinitely doing that with Marisol's ability doing that, and then Terror of the Peaks, and just slamming Marisol back on the field 100 times. And killing everybody with Terror of the Peaks via Marisol ETB damage. That was how I set it up to it. It was like an 8-card combo. Stupid. Alrighty, group by type. Okie doke. So we're at 65 cards right now. We've got 4 lands. So we're at 39 lands, which I think is probably about the right number.
Hey, how do discard players set up their view on this page in EDH Rec? Grid view.
Remember what I said about that glitter bomb?
It's in our content. Joey said if we use the EDH Rec cast name, we have to do one terrible joke every episode.
But I usually put my terrible joke on the bottom right-hand corner of the broadcast screen, so.
Oh, good one, because you're on the left.
Okay, I'm going to get the giveaway going right now. The giveaway is going to
Can we fit Treasure Vault in the budget? What have we made of money?
Is going to be !Redshift. It is starting.
The joke with Gaia's Cradle is not a bad one.
Right now, it's not good.
It's mean, but it's not bad.
It's not good.
It's mean, but it's not bad.
That's not. Why is it mean?
Because you say it right after somebody suggests like a $15 card.
Yeah.
Like, of course, a $15 card would be good in our $50 deck. It's $15.
So currently, Architect has us at $46. We could add something. Tato Farmer. The Tato Farmer joke is bad.
What's the joke? It's not a joke.
It's not even a joke. I love Tato Farmer. Yeah. Tato Farmer is awesome.
If I get to put it in a deck, it makes me happy.
That's exactly right. Tato Farmer's great.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think maybe Tato
we haven't
just okay.
joked about / put in a deck in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
You think the Red Hideaway land could be fun? The Red Hideaway land.
Demensor's dragging up some.
The Red Hideaway land, if I remember correctly.
That's a 2024 joke, Demensor.
Kind of sucks, if I remember correctly.
What sucks?
The Red Hideaway land.
Oh, yeah. It's bad.
Yeah, Spine Rock Knoll. Actually, Spine Rock Knoll is okay. Spine Rock Knoll trips if an opponent was dealt 7 or more damage this turn. Any turn. Doesn't matter. Actually,
are you saying the Tanuki joke is bad?
No, Spine Rock Knoll is going in the deck. I like Spine Rock.
The green one seems.
Mossmore Bridge is always good, and that's why it's already in the deck.
Spine Rock Knoll doesn't work in our deck where we have to go off during our combat phase. How are we going to deal them 7 damage before we attack?
Because it's anytime anybody is dealt 7 damage.
So we're going to deal ourselves 7 damage?
No, somebody else will deal. Either we're going to do 7 damage, or somebody else will take 7 damage at some point.
So you're going to do it on their turn?
You could, depending on what it is. We're playing an all permanents deck. Getting to pop a permanent on someone's end step.
You know
awesome.
what? If we have room in the budget for War Room, please jam it in there. War Room is a cool card, and I think introducing the Monarch to a game of Magic.
There you go. War Room is in the deck. War Room is in the deck.
I think every deck should have Monarch and Goat in it. I think games should go faster. Just
you know what?
Let me roll it.
So I recently
to see who to attack
this week. While I was working, I listened to your episode, the episode you were on of "Am I the Bolas?"
Yeah,
and about how you like games to go faster.
Mm-hmm.
What is your out of curiosity? What is ideally? What's the ideal length of a game of Commander for you?
Just 60 to 90 minutes.
Are your games not getting over in 60 to 90 minutes? Like on an average? I mean, some games obviously go longer than that, but
that's how I like them to go, man.
Right. I feel like most Commander games are in the 90-minute range.
I feel like you play with a unicorn playgroup. I don't think you know what it's like out here on the streets.
Are you just out here playing 3-hour games?
2.5 hour max. Yeah, that's how long I would last. I'm getting my phone out if a game lasts more than like an hour and a half. Less than a Lord of the Rings movie, yeah.
Because like I don't know.
Look at my watch and been like, I could have finished The Brutalist by
So
now.
where I'm at with it is I don't care how long a game goes as long as it's interesting. I've played games that are an hour long that were boring as shit because it was just one dude comboing off on like turn 3 and it was dumb as shit. It was a waste of time. But I've also played games that were 2.5, and I think maybe even a 3-hour game one time that were fun as hell because shit was just going on all the time. I could not possibly care less how long a Magic game goes. I just want it to be fun. I'm not here to play less Magic.
Games that go long don't tend to go long because everybody's having too much fun. It usually goes long because nobody can really do anything, or because somebody keeps it so nobody can do anything.
That is not my experience.
2 players dirtling with dungeon shenanigans, that sounds terrible. You know, you can just concede. You can just leave your cards at the table and
just walk away.
Like, excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then
if you're
leave that life behind.
I'm a big proponent of it. If you are playing a game and you are miserable, walk away. Absolutely nobody is keeping you at that table. Or you just be like me and then you cyclonic rift the whole table and then walk away.
So, as an empath and a curmudgeon, I tend to not play cards that would make me miserable.
No, I'm not saying like if I would play like not like if your deck is being shitty and you're miserable. It's like if someone is playing a deck that is miserable to play against and is like actively wasting your time.
Yeah.
Then like I'm a big proponent of like, you know what, this is dumb. I'm not my time is more valuable than this. Yeah.
I don't play EDH for prizes, so I don't care if I win.
I don't either.
Have fun. I want something funny to happen. I don't care who does it if it's funny.
Yeah.
Right? That's what Rule Zero's for. Rule Zero's for you to do something funny.
Since we're talking about this, actually, this was a very brief discussion that Jason and I had either last week or the week before. So on this stream, every week we do exactly the same thing. We build a deck, we give away the deck. Is there any appetite from you guys for us to do like anything else? Not that we don't like building decks and giving them away, but like,
yeah, we'll do whatever.
We'll do whatever. But like, you know, do you guys have appetite for like an interest in hearing more like of like this philosophical type discussion with me and with Jason and I? Or
oh no, I didn't suggest that anybody cares about our opinions.
No, I'm asking I'm asking like, are they interested in hearing that stuff? Like, if like once a month instead of us building a deck, we talked about some stuff or whatever, you know, is that of interest to people? If not, we can just keep doing what we're doing. But like, I don't know if people have interest in these philosophical discussions or not. Looking at decks. Oh, we have done deck doctor stuff before, which I think we could definitely do more of.
Whatever.
I'd be fine with doing some more deck doctor stuff.
We are personally validating your parasocial.
You know what, Dimensor? That is literally like the nicest thing you can say to like someone that does like what Jason and I do. Which is, I personally like the way you two approach the game. Thank you. That feels good to hear.
We don't even agree with each other.
We don't.
What does that mean? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, well, we approach the game the same way. Just like we have different opinions on cards because you're old and I'm not. Just kidding. I'm old too.
I'm experienced at Magic. And you look at cards from Ice Age like, golly,
gee willikers.
Wait a minute. You had 2 cycles of lands that tap for 2 colored mana, both at rare, and one of them was pain lands? Yep. They really did. They really put 10 spots in Ice Age for those cards. Plus Glacial Chasm. That's 11 lands. A lot of lands at rare.
Maybe that's what we should do, is like once a month or something like that, we do a deck doctor instead of building a deck from scratch.
Okay. whatever.
And actually,
if we get submissions,
because do we want? So I know we were currently setting up something else. I don't know. Do we want to set up like a Google form or something like that where people can send in their decks that they want us to look at?
I think people can just email EDHREC and the email will get to us.
That's true.
So send us an email.
We actually have an email address set up for this stream. I think it's sundaystream@edhrec.com, if I remember correctly. That was you, made, wasn't it? No, I didn't set it up. That was made in the way yonder beginning of the show when it was just called the Sunday Stream.
And not Communal Brewing.
And not Communal
Levi
Brewing.
And Jason.
Yep, and not Communal Brewing. So.
Why do you cough every time you say Communal Brewing?
I don't know, just like the last 2 weeks, I've just had, it's not like a cough necessarily, but just a little, once in a while I got a cough type of thing.
Right. I decided this week that it is not inevitable that my son will get me sick.
It's not inevitable?
It's not inevitable. So it was his sister's birthday party yesterday, and I was like, you will sit on the couch and I will bring you what you asked me to bring you, but you are not going to cough on your hands and touch other children. And I'm pretty sure we nailed it.
Nice.
When I was a kid, my mom's like, oh, he has chicken pox while you're spending the night at his house. Make sure you wrestle. Did we do Captain Howler yet?
Captain Howler. The hell is that?
Is that the shark? Is that the shark guy?
Captain Howler Sea Scourge.
Scourge.
No. This is the guy we talked about though. Whenever you discard one or more cards, target creature gets 2/0 until end of turn. For each card discard this way, whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, you draw a card. Yeah, we were looking at this guy yesterday before the show, and we decided that it was going to be. It just wants to wheel, basically. It wants to wheel and loot.
Wheel and deal damage.
Oh yeah, so I work from home, and so I'm like pretty much insulated. Like, I don't really have to get sick, except the fact that my wife during the day works retail, and then after she's done with her job, she goes and is a high school musical theater director. So she works retail and in a high school. So the only time, the only way I get sick is if she brings something home. So I can just blame her every time. It's great.
It's important to you to be able to blame your wife.
Yeah, especially for me getting sick, because I'm a baby when I get sick. I turn into a little.
When it's legitimately her fault.
It is legitimately her fault, and that's why I can guilt her into like going and getting me Dayquil or something.
Well, do we want to put a button on this a little bit early?
I think we could probably. I think we can probably
an AMA from chat if anyone's got any questions for us.
Yeah, we
wrap it up here. But this deck kind of went. That's a lot of fun. I really like Dragon Thrones of Tarkir as a combo win condition.
So if anybody's got any questions, like we can do a short little AMA thing here for a few minutes. If anyone's got questions for us specifically, whether it's magic or non-magic related.
I learned in my brief stint in law school that you shouldn't ask a question you don't know the answer to. And does anybody want to hear our opinions? If nobody does.
I mean, Dwenser says that they like how we approach the game, and someone else said I wouldn't mind. Larry 9 says I wouldn't mind listening to things of this nature. So,
When you put it like that, it sounds like I'm begging to be validated, which I don't appreciate. Because if it's true,
sometimes you do beg. Sometimes you do beg a little bit, but like
no,
it's not like bad. It's just so it's just one of those things.
I need validation, he said, quitting all of his writing gigs.
Everybody poops. So yeah, I think. Demensar wants to know your favorite deck of your personal decks. Interesting.
I like the Red Menace, the little crab from Fallout.
Oh, the one we built last year?
Goading's nuts.
What about the Ally deck?
I do still play that. That's fun. The $100 of the decks that we built, the Ally deck is clearly the best. It's amazing.
Yeah.
One of my
Um,
personal
my
decks, I like Red Death. Goading is a
my
lot of
personal
fun.
favorite, just on purely on the basis. This is tough. So, hmm, I'm gonna say I'm gonna take a cop out here, and I'm gonna give you two answers. One of them is my Edward Kenway jet deck I built not too long ago. It's super on flavor. All of the vehicles are ships. It's pirates. It's an effective deck. Like it's not like a super high power deck, but it's a fun deck to play with. But maybe I'm probably in the minority here, but like I was a huge Assassin's Creed fan growing up. Played the first play. I've played almost all of them. Really love that franchise. So and like the flavor for the Assassin's Creed cards is super on point. It's great. The flavor for the Assassin's Creed cards is amazing, and just being able to put all that in a deck and use like Edward Kenway to crew the Jackdaw and stuff like that. Like it's very satisfying to play the deck. It feels really nice to play that deck. The other deck I'm really proud of is my Pet Mechanics deck. So it is a 4-color black, green, red, and blue deck that uses the two Strangers things, Friends Forever ones, but the in-universe version of it. It's gosh, I can't even remember now. But the
Friends
entire
Forever.
no, the name of the creatures themselves. It doesn't really matter honestly because I only picked them to get those 4 colors. But what it is a combination of for the first 2 decks I ever built playing Magic, which was my Gruul Blood Rush deck and a Dimir Mill deck. And I just smashed them together. So it's a deck that's got Blood Rush, it's got Cypher, it's got some Mill, it's got a bunch of like Cast from Exile stuff.
You remember the worst set of all time?
I took 2 decks from that set and
Base.
mashed
We
them
took
together.
2 draft archetypes.
But
from
that
the worst set of all time.
Yeah.
But was a good draft format actually.
That deck is so much fun to play. It does a bunch of weird shit. Like,
amazing.
Because nobody plays Blood Rush except for now. And nobody plays Blood Rush. Nobody plays Cypher. I put them both in the same deck, and it's fantastic. I love that deck.
I mean, you can't say nobody plays Cypher. We play Cypher. We play Cypher.
Nobody besides the 2 people on your screen. Nobody besides the 2 people on your screen and Dana Roach play Cypher.
Worst set of all time.
So Larry Nine. Well, hold on. Larry Nine asked, "What are your thoughts on proxy decks?"
I have very, very strong opinions.
Well, because you're an MTG finance guy, so
buy the Magic cards. Why do you need to proxy a card? Is it because you don't know if you want to buy it? Or is it because people at your table are playing more powerful decks and you want to keep up with them? Listen, if you're proxying for power reasons, then you're just at the wrong table. And if you're proxying because you can't find like a substitute for that card at any budget, then you're not being creative enough. I get it. Like if everyone at your store is beating you with Gaius Cradles and stuff like that, and you want to play CEDH or whatever, that's fine, I guess. If you want to,
well, like proxying
locked out of a specific table,
specifically to CEDH, proxying is like very widely accepted in CEDH.
Yeah, because they just want to get the games in. But you're expressing your creativity as a Magic builder, and for $50 every week, we're as creative as we possibly can be to get to show you how to use our website so that you don't have to proxy. I think if you're creative enough, you find a way.
The reason, so I personally don't care if I don't have any issues playing against proxies personally. There are times where proxies can be a feel bad, like you said, if you're proxying in a One Ring or a Gaia's Cradle or something stupid. Like if you're proxying in a card that's over $100, like that kind of feels bad because now it's just like you're just cheating the system type of thing.
If you can't find a $3 card and it's on the way from
right
TCG player and you're like,
so
the mail didn't come today, can I play this $5 card?
Right.
It's like that's not the kind of, like, it's gatekeeping if you're saying a no to that.
So
if someone's like, my Gaius Cradle.
So but the overall reason that I'm totally fine with proxy cards for the most part is that for the basic reason of that shit's expensive now. And and there are a lot of cards in the game that are artificially expensive because they just didn't reprint them. They're on a reserve list or whatever it is, where they're like the original Dual Lands are a perfect example. They are not demonstrably better than like a shock land. In Commander, dual lands are not really much better at all than a shock land, but they are $500, not $15, and that's because Wizard just doesn't reprint them. If you want to proxy in an OG dual land, I have no problem with that because they are expensive only.
But you don't. Your deck doesn't need an OG
No,
dual land.
you don't. It
So
does.
it's
Like,
not better than a shock land, so you don't need it.
that's what I'm saying. Is it actually going to help your deck a lot? No, but if you want to throw an OG dual land in there just because, I don't care if you proxy that, because that card is literally only expensive because Wizards needs it to be expensive, basically. So like it's artificial scarcity. So the game Magic as a game is expensive enough as it is. I don't want it to be a situation where people just can't get into it because it's just too expensive to play. Like, there's enough things in life that are already too expensive for people to be involved in. Like, for a great example is like youth soccer and youth baseball. If you want your kid to play anything like youth sports beyond just like Little League in your hometown, it's expensive and it makes the sport totally inaccessible to play at a little bit higher level. Magic doesn't need to be this club of people that can just afford to play this, because especially with like right now where there's so many people that are struggling to pay rent or mortgages or whatever it is, and food's expensive and insurance is expensive if you can even get it. Like, the world is way too expensive right now to just saying, oh, you can't afford, like, I can afford to print this thing out at Staples for $10, but maybe this week I can't afford to spend $50 or $100 on this deck, but I just want to try it just to play the game. So that is why I don't have in general, I don't have a problem with proxies, as long as, one, you're doing it for like decent enough reasons where it like makes sense. What was that?
I don't know.
So that's where I'm at. Is I wanted the game to be as accessible to as many people as it possibly can be. And if we start saying you can't play Magic because you can't dump $100 into a deck, especially Commander specifically, because Commander is the most expensive format not named. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Commander.
Nobody's not playing. I don't want to do this.
Like,
we got like 5 minutes before the end.
Yeah, mine is entirely based on economics. That's really the synopsis here. It's entirely based on economics. The worst set of all time. Oh, you mean Fallen Empires? So the worst set of all time for me is, at least as far as my consciousness of Magic within the game, which it starts at original Innistrad. That's like my first time I really encountered the game. The worst set of all time since then is Murders at Karlov Manor. I hated that set.
I don't know. What's the one with Cohort? That was pretty bad too.
I don't even remember that.
That was like a Zendikar set, wasn't it? Something like that.
I don't remember. But Murders at Karlov Manor was just horrible.
Has some good cards in it.
I mean, like, it has a couple good cards, but like
almost all of them are green.
They're just, I don't know. That set, there's just like nothing about that set that I'm like, oh yeah, that was neat.
No, the
Dragon's Maze.
The Clue game. The Clue game was rad.
I remember you saying that like the Clue game was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it's the best way to play Clue if you have 3 friends who know how to play Magic, even a little. If they know untap, upkeep, draw, spend mana, attack, like, they can play this Clue variant, and it's fun. In order to make an accusation, you have to deal somebody combat damage.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and pick a winner. So the winner of this Redshift Rocketeer Chief deck is Dr. Skyclad. Longtime viewer of the show. Congratulations to Dr. Skyclad for winning this Redshift Rocketeer Chief deck. Yeah. Autzen Game wants to know, what do you think if you build a deck for fun and you find mid game and in the middle of the game you find a 5-card infinite combo. I don't care. Like
5 cards.
5 cards. Like if you can pull off a 5-card infinite combo even in a budget deck, good for you, man. Like go good for you.
Infinite combos are good.
Disagree there, but well,
infinite combos are good.
Infinite combos are good if everybody signed up for them. I think infinite combos.
Are we talking turn 2 Thurko? Or are we talking like turn 17?
Turn
Goldberg shit.
No. Turn 17 Rube Goldberg shit is fine with me. I don't care about that.
A 5-card combo is like, if you complain about a 5-card combo, try Wiffle Ball.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody.
Like this deck Dr. Skyclad. Let us know. This looks like fun to
looks
play.
Like
Plus,
fun.
it's got the Bizarre Trader BS in there.
Yeah.
We might want to add more threat effects.
No.
The trader.
No. We're not retooling the deck right now.
Yeah, if you get a 5-card infinite combo, you earned it.
Yeah, a 5-card infinite combo that you can't even tutor for. Yeah, I don't think anybody cares about that.
Any 5-card combo works. Like 5/2/2 creatures is a 5-card infinite combo to win like a game of limited. Like,
yeah,
so many cards.
Yes. So, okay, well, everybody, thank you for watching this episode this week. We had a lot of fun. Because next week is the Super Bowl and we don't really want to have to try to compete with that, we will be off next week. So we will not be doing a show on the 9th, but then we will be back to do a show on the 16th. And then the 21st through the 23rd is MagicCon Chicago. So we will be in Chicago doing that. If any of you are going to be in Chicago, you've seen our faces now. You can find us. If you see us around, say hi.
You said it would be blurred when it went out. You said my face would be blurred in post.
Well, it's because your face always looks kind of blurry. I don't have to edit it.
Why is it so shiny?
I don't know. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Jason over here.
I have such a shiny nose today. It's really distracting me.
But everybody, thank you for watching. We will be back in 2 weeks to build a deck, and then we will be at MagicCon Chicago. So everybody, thank you for watching. We will be back again on...
We'll sign your Poison Dart Frogs in Chicago.
We will sign your Poison Dart Frogs or whatever random joke card you've got from the stream. Be more than happy to sign those. So we'll see you guys all in a couple weeks, and then we'll see you after that at MagicCon Chicago. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
You know actually what we should do, though? We should raid somebody. I just almost forgot about it. Let's see. Who's
33 elk already left?
33 elk's already off. So does anybody have someone to raid that need, like, ideally someone with a smaller creator, not like, I mean, respect to Caleb D MTG, but he's got 952 viewers right now.
Just pick somebody.
I'm just gonna pick somebody. Okay, let's pick.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for everybody for watching. Here we go. Small creator with 9. She's only got 9 viewers right now. Alrighty, everybody, you're headed on over to Rosalie 48. So, congratulations to Dr. Skyclad. We'll see you all again in a couple weeks. Thanks.